All right, so welcome to another rapid fire business story of the week. This is part of our rapid fire series, and today we have an incredible guest with us, someone who's achieved extraordinary success and is here to share their unique business journey with you. We're excited to hear their insights, so let's welcome them to the show. All right, so as this is our rapid fire series, we've got 1 minute or less to answer each question. So in a minute or less, give us the elevator pitch to your story and your life. Go.
Hello. I'm Dr. Barbara Johnson. I'm from South Africa. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you for the invitation. I am an award-winning author. Here it is. Of this book, Yes, You, 10 Stepping Stones to Get On With Your Life. And the whole idea is to find self, true self. I am an honorary doctorate for lifelong learning. I am an author. I am an award-winning author. I work with trauma, transformation, and transcendence across trauma into trauma counseling, life coaching, executive coaching. I work with victimhood to victory. I work across all life circumstances, cultures, ages, gender. I love life. I'm a granny of 3 beautiful boys from 5 years to 22 years. I have an exceptional passion for humanity.
So that's fascinating, and I would love to dig a little bit deeper. So tell us a bit more about what you're working on today that you're most passionate about and believe will have the biggest impact.
So much, because my whole philosophy is about the 8 dimensions of life. I have a coaching model that I work with. Today I was with an addiction center talking about the fact that we are whole human beings. Currently, my book, I'm looking to put into orphanages together with a reading, spelling, mathematical program so that children get to have the passion for reading again. Children need to read. We need to read.
So this next question is one that every entrepreneur has dealt with. Tell us about a time where you failed. We often say failure is the first step to success. So think about a time where you failed in the past. What happened? What did you learn from it?
Okay, great question. So because I work around 8 dimensions of life, my whole concept to life is more than most, and it is inclusive and unashamedly inclusive of money. And it is about money that is not working in our system anymore. So since 2016, I have been involved with cryptocurrencies, made every mistake in the book. The one mistake I didn't make was that I stayed with the same team of people. And this team was smart enough to go and find a bigger, better mindset, a billionaire's mindset, who took all our problems and helped us find a solution. So money is part of my 8 dimensions of life, which includes life across family, emotion, intelligence, spirit. It includes daily habits, etc., etc. We have to look at life holistically. And money from a cryptocurrency perspective is very, very exciting. And now we are getting this thing done right into society where humanity can benefit from something that will work, is working across a system that is no longer working, that is falling apart.
That's fascinating. And we're definitely going to have you back on the show to dive deeper into each of these questions. But for now, one thing that I often say is, and I tell this to my employees and the people who work with me and for me all the time, is that when a tree falls in the forest, If nobody hears it, did that tree actually fall? This brings me to this next question. How do you make sure that all of these amazing projects that you're involved in get noticed? What marketing and advertising methods have worked best for you? You've got a minute. Let's go.
A great question again, and it is, for me, it is about exposure. And exposure, yes, it comes in social media, but does that actually create revenue? I'm still wondering about that. For me, the biggest thing is word of mouth. Word of mouth. And thank you for this opportunity for you to hear what I have to say, because this is a form of word of mouth. This is a powerful way of exposure. So I'm very grateful to be here. The falling of the tree. Well, it was there. It did fall, and it still continues to have an impact. Whether we know it or like it, we as human beings are amazingly magnificent, and we need to honor that.
That was so awesome. We're definitely going to dive deeper into this on a later show. And as we approach our last question, before we ask people how people can get a hold of you, how people can reach you, learn more about the work that you're doing in your company, and we will include all that information in the show notes. What I wanted to ask you is, what is one piece of advice that you would offer to your younger self, to our audience, and to somebody, especially somebody who's just starting out in the same niche that you're in, but just doesn't know how to start or get going? Amazing stuff. We're going to have to thank our guest today.
Oh, what a question. Okay. Get as much exposure to different ways of thinking about the passion that you have. Life is so much bigger than we believe it to be. The concepts and the opinions that other people have are valuable. Don't limit yourself to just you and the way you were brought up and your conditioning. Go and explore how other people have done things. That has been my honorary doctorate in lifelong learning, because I did that. It isn't enough for me to think this is the way to do such and such. No, not necessarily. There is such a valuable resource of wisdom out there. Go and find it. Speak to the right people.
For being a guest on Business Story of the Week. And before we cut out on this episode, I wanted to ask you, how can people get a hold of you? How can people learn more about what you're doing? And how do people engage with you? And we will transcribe this and put it in the show notes for everybody to find.
My contact details are +27 82 784 7656. That's also a WhatsApp number, by the way. My email address is bj@leadershipdimensions. That's DIMENSIONS.co.za. My book is on Amazon. Know the title? Yes, yes, you. 10 stepping stones to get on with your life. That's the easiest way of doing it.
All right, amazing. So you did it. Thank you for being a guest on the show today. Let me tell you what you can expect next. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all this, we're going to cut it into an episode. It will go on the Business Story of the Week page. So make sure you go on Apple Podcasts, review us, like us, go on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to us on Spotify. And this will come out in the next 30 days or so, depending on our workload and how many shows we have. We have had a lot of interest in the show lately, so we may be a little backed up, but the show will get out. In the meanwhile, we will send you clips, that feel free to share on social. Also, the full episode, feel free to share any way that you like. The content is yours to share and put out there. We just ask that you mark us and tag us in the notes if you do. So in the copy, put hashtag business story of the week, link back to us. We would appreciate that. And if you think that you might be interested in doing more podcasts, live ones and studio ones, Zoom ones, Riverside ones, there's a whole host of shows that likely, if you did this one and succeeded, you would probably be really great at, and a great way of getting your message out. So your host will talk to you about potentially getting you booked on a strategy call for a business story of the week's sister company, Podcast Cola, or becoming a YouTube influencer through Viral Mirage. Thanks again for being a part of this. Looking forward to working with you.